Hello, my dear kiddos, warm welcome to this session. So, today it's going to be lecture 8, which is an amazing phylum, Arthropoda, the largest phylum. Yeah, so it's going to be super interesting. I hope you people are ready. So, let us dive into this session. Yeah, as usual, the general methodology first, the basic features, that is, general characters, followed by the typical characters, and then the examples with pictures. So the same methodology we are going to follow. So first, children, I want to say one important thing here. We are going to see arthropoda, right? So the word arthropoda means, arthro means jointed, pods means legs. So basically they are organisms which has jointed legs or jointed appendages, you can say, right? And one another beautiful feature of this phylum, if you see, is that they have exoskeleton, okay, which is made up of chitin for their survival, right, which is kind of like an external protective covering. Yeah, so this is one unique feature of the phylum. So talking about the habitat, if you see, of course they are terrestrial and aquatic, no doubt about that. Largest phylum, right? So I'll tell you what all will fall under this. All the insects, correct? All the insects will fall under this. You know, the scorpions, the crabs and all, the spiders, the butterflies, everything will fall under this. So terrestrial and aquatic. And talking about the habit, children, they're gregarious. We actually call it gregarious. Gregarious meaning they live in a group but they won't help each other, like that of a locust, okay? And then they can be solitary, like single, and they can be colonial, right, in groups. At times they are also parasitic. Yeah, so all these are the habits. Then body organization, that is the level of organization, is of course organ system level. Then body symmetry, of course bilaterally symmetrical. Body coelom, so I thought of correcting this in the previous slide, it's LOM, okay? Body coelom, if you see, yes, they are eucoelomates. And of course under that schizocoelom. As I told you, the coelom forms from the mesodermal layer. And in the germ layer, of course, triploblastic, no doubt about that. And then the body plan, of course, tube within tube. Protostomates. That is, the mouth forms first and then later the anus formation. Segmentation, of course, it's present here. Yeah. Not as extensively as Annelida, but of course segmentations are there. Okay. Clear with the general characters? Make a quick note of everything. Even if you say, suppose you are a slow writer, then you can slowly watch the video and then you can take your notes. Going on to the next slide, the typical characters, talking about digestion first. So children, here complete digestion, tube within tube protostomates, right? So complete digestion, extracellular digestion. And I would like to point out one thing here. Periplaneta. Can anybody tell me what is periplaneta now? Yes, the cockroach also falls under this, right? So the cockroach, if you see, they can even eat and chew. Eating and chewing you can see in them, right? So that is a special mention here. And talking about respiration, children, very, very, very important. So respiration, if you see, let me give you a flow chart, okay, because it's the largest phylum. You have so many things under one roof. So if I give a flow chart, different, the aquatic beings have one kind of respiration. Yeah, the terrestrial ones, under the terrestrial ones itself, you have classification. So let me just give you a flow chart so that it will be useful for you. Yeah. So there is crustaceans, which is nothing but aquatic arthropods. And then I can classify the insects under one roof. And then arachnids, nothing but I can call them the spiders and scorpions. And then there is one thing called limulus. I can say the famous fossil, right? Yeah, so we call it the living fossil. Limulus, if you see, we call it the king crab. Okay. So aquatic beings, if you see, their mode of respiration is through gills. Insects, they have a proper tracheal system. And then the spiders and the scorpions, if you see, they have something called book lungs. Okay. Limulus, if you see, they have book gills. And one more thing, children, here this limulus, you can also call it the living fossil. It's a board question, it's an exam question. Okay, the living fossil is limulus. Okay, so this is the respiration aspect of it. I want everybody to quickly note it down. Okay, moving on to the next thing, circulation. Of course, one most important thing is all of the organisms under the phylum arthropods have open circulatory system without any exception. What do they have? Open circulatory system. All of them without exception. Apart from that, heart on the dorsal side. Yeah. And one important thing is no respiratory pigment. No respiratory pigment like hemoglobin. Okay, they lack respiratory pigment. Okay. Again, for excretion, let me give you 3 divisions here. First one, the crustaceans, the aquatic beings, right? And then the insects, and then the arachnids. Arachnids are nothing but spiders and scorpions. So the crustaceans, if you see, they have something called green glands and antennary glands. And their excreta, if you see, it is amonotelic in nature. Amonotelic organisms are the one which will excrete ammonia as a waste product, right? And insects, if you see, they have a Malpighian tubule, which will act like an excretory system, which is present between mid and hindgut. Yeah. So this will basically, filter and produce the excreta rich in uric acid. So they are uricotelic in nature. And the arachnids, if you see, they have coxal glands, which acts like the excretory gland, and they are also excreting out uric acid as a waste product. So uricotelic. Crustaceans are monotelic, insects and arachnids uricotelic. Very, very, very important. Mark it down. Alright kiddos, copied? You can slowly watch the video again and also make your notes. If this time what I'm giving is not enough, obviously it won't be enough. You just sit back, enjoy, listen carefully, understand it. Later rewatch the video and then take your notes. That will be a very wise idea. Yeah. Moving on to the next thing, the nervous system and sense organs, right? So talking about the nervous system, children, they have a nerve ring and double solid ventral nerve cord. So here is the nerve ring and the nerve cord. Yeah, so this is nerve ring and this is double solid ventral nerve cord. Talking about the sense organs, I would like to tell three things here. First point is that they have compound eyes for vision. And then there is ocelli in some, or you call it simple eyes in some of them, which helps in perceiving the light. And then some of them will have antenna. For what? For detecting the vibration and also olfaction, smell, right? Clear kiddos? So this is about the sense organs. And then reproduction, children. First of all, they are unisexuals. That is dioecious. Two different individuals having either male or female reproductive. A single individual will have either male or female. If they have both male and female reproductive part, then you call it hermaphrodite. But here most of them, almost all of them are unisexuals. Right? And they show sexual dimorphism. What is sexual dimorphism? Let me tell you. So if you take we human beings, there is difference between a male and a female, right? Although we are same species, there is difference between the male and the female. The same, even if you take the spiders, of course spiders fall under arthropods. In case of a spider, the female spider will be larger than the male spider, which is a sexual dimorphism, right? Where there is a change in the appearances between the sexes. Correct? Yes. And fertilization, internal fertilization. Okay, moving on to the next one. Children, usually fertilization and development, I usually tell it together, right? Whether direct development or indirect development. Is there a larva present there? So here I have given a separate heading called development because we have a little more to discuss here. So there is ametabolous, parametabolous and holometabolous. What is ametabolous? Nothing but meta. Meta here is standing for metamorphosis. So A, absence of metamorphosis. So I can say no metamorphosis, or I can say no larval stage. Okay, no larval stage is present. Example I can give is lepisma, which we call it a silverfish, which is not exactly a fish, okay? Even the, they call it a fish, but actually it won't look like a fish, okay? And then parametabolous. Parametabolism, a gradual metamorphosis happen and a nymphal stage will be present. For example, cockroach, if you see, from egg to nymph. Nymph will be a tiny, small cockroach. You might have seen the nymphs. That develops into an adult cockroach. So this example I can give is Periplaneta, which is cockroach. So this nymphal stage we say. Here I can mention gradual metamorphosis will happen. And holometabolism, proper metamorphosis. So when I say the word metamorphosis, what comes to your mind? The life cycle of a butterfly, right? So egg to larva to pupa to an adult. So the example will be butterfly. That's all. So these are the 3 different development attributes you can find with the arthropods. Okay. So now the examples. Perfect examples I have. Crustaceans, of course, they are the aquatic arthropods. So you can see the Astacus, yeah, which is a lobster, okay, a kind of a lobster. Palemon, you can see, like that of a shrimp, a prawn. Cancer, of course, the crab. If you want, you can write in order to remember. Prawn, and here it's a crab. Yeah, note it down. I want everybody to note down the examples because examples are very, very important from the exam perspective. Next one, insects. Musca, the housefly. Female Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles, where have you heard? Female Anopheles, that too. Causes malaria. Yes. Female Aedes mosquito causes dengue. Right. And the Locusta, I told you, no, they are gregarious in nature. That is, they live in a group, but they won't help each other. Yeah. Which might spoil the, grains in the field, right? And then the termites, of course. Noted? And then arachnida. So all these are examples of arthropods only. I have just categorized the examples, right? These are the crustaceans, these are the insects, and these are the arachnids, okay? Palemnias is nothing but the scorpions. And both these are also scorpions. You can see the difference in them. A different kind of scorpion. That's it. And then Arrhenius, nothing but the spider. So that's why the spiders and scorpions, we call it the arachnids, right? Yeah. So once again, a quick summary of everything we shall have. So today we saw kingdom, under animal kingdom, phylum Arthropods. Arthropoda means jointed legs and they have an exoskeleton made up of chitin. So we saw the general characteristics first, yeah, and then followed by the typical characteristic. The respiration and excretion, I have given a flow chart kind of a thing. Yeah, respiration and excretion. And very, very important is the only phylum where all the organisms have open circulatory system without any exception is Arthropoda. And one important thing, this is the largest phylum, never forget that. Nervous system and the sense organ, reproduction, fertilization, development, very important. And then the examples. The lobsters to prawns to crabs to mosquitoes to houseflies to the scorpions to spiders, all fall under arthropods. Perfect. And then the homework now, children. Okay, so I have always told you when to take the homework, right? You have to sit back, relax, watch the video, understand the video, come to the last slide where ma'am gives the homework, directly put the answers in the comment box. It's simple. So I want you to talk about the development in butterfly. What kind of development happens in butterfly? And then you can tell what kind of body symmetry and body coelom found in arthropods. Very simple homework. Yeah. So please do the homework. Put your answers in the comment box. Yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoyed this session. We have completed our 8th lecture successfully, which is Phylum Arthropoda. And then the next phylum is going to be Mollusca. Yes, so we will finish Mollusca in the next lecture. So I hope you come prepared so that you enjoy the pictures in the lecture. Okay. Alright children, bye bye, take care, tada, and do not forget to subscribe. Very important. And also do share with your friends, which is very important. Sharing is caring, right? So share it to everyone. Let everybody score a lot of marks. Huh? Now okay. Bye bye children, tada, take care.